Good morning, I'm Clinton Griffiths. In the midst of a multi-country free trade agreement negotiation, two key export destinations say they're changing their grain pricing structures. That's our top story on AgDay. The Trans-Pacific Partnership continues to move forward. In the midst of negotiations, both Japan and China say they're opening their countries to more market-driven influences. Japan's leadership says it's planning to end a subsidy program that pays landowners to reduce crops. The change is expected to launch consolidation and increase ag outputs. While in China, that government says it will let markets decide grain and crop prices. Traditionally, the government has set its own. However, lower cost commodities on the world market has led to record imports, including rising importance for U.S. grain growers. Even sorghum producers shipped grain to China for the first time in 2013.
Well, there's this little country called China that up until a few months ago had never bought U.S. sorghum, and in the last couple of months they've bought 15 to 20% of our crop.
As of this week, 97% of the sorghum crop has been harvested. As national reporter Tyne Morgan tells us, not only has harvest progressed nicely, so have acreage increases in yields.
This harvest pallet spans for acres. This gorgeous bronze and deep red grain has been the go-to crop for drought-stricken farmers for years. This year, even more farmers opted to grow sorghum.
Big acreage increase, almost 25% acreage increase nationwide, and great yields in certain areas and good yields pretty well overall. Certainly we still have a few areas down in Texas and parts of western Nebraska down through western Kansas and western Texas Panhandle that still had a tough year. The drought's still holding on in those areas. J.B.
Stewart is National Sorghum Producers Chair, and as a farmer, his grain looked great going into fall.
We had an excellent crop and started getting rains into July, and the crop just proliferated, and it was one of those years that I'd run into a neighbor and they'd say, "What variety do you have planted there? That is the best looking sorghum I've seen anywhere in years."
But then hail hit Stewart's farm and this lush crop quickly dwindled to nothing. Despite that heartache, Stewart's looking at the bright side.
We're coming off of an excellent crop nationwide. We have our wheat crop is well established, in the fledgling stage, but we have good stands and some submoisture under it. And we always have things to be thankful of at Thanksgiving time, but this year we can be thankful for a very good fall crop, and we have good possibilities with our wheat crop.
And this fall, he's appreciative for what his land was able to provide.
It won't be a problem to find things to be thankful for this year.
This is Tyne Morgan reporting for AgDay.